What's up, guys? Today we're checking out a game called Titan Quest. Now, it's a game that THQ Nordic revived fairly recently because they've been putting it on pretty much everything at this point. It's on cell phones, it's on the Xbox, PlayStation, now it's on the Nintendo Switch. In fact, the Switch seems to be, I guess, the last system they were really working to put it on at this point, unless they come up with something else. But it's also on Steam, and as far as I can tell, the pricing is kind of all over the place right now. I looked in stores and everything to see the pricing on the current versions. For example, the Xbox version appears to have an MSRP of $29.99, whereas the Switch version has an MSRP of $39.99, and I'm curious about the digital pricing and everything. It is out the 31st on the Switch. It's already out on the Xbox, the PlayStation, PC, and everything, cell phones. I started here at the main screen here so you can see the icon. I know there's people who want to see the icon. So why don't we jump in now, and we're going to talk about this game, do some gameplay, show you guys even some comparisons, as THQ Nordic did send over the Xbox version and the Switch version, so we can do a little bit of a side-by-side so you can see how the Switch version compares, and we'll just have some fun with the game. Now, I'm also going to hit you guys with handheld footage for the Switch at the end of this as well, so you can see how it runs there. But let me jump in here, and the first thing you're going to notice, Titan Quest is a game that was out in 2006, so it doesn't have the best visuals on any system it's on, even on the Xbox One X where it's 4K and everything, but they did clean it up, add some extra stuff for the multiplayer so it works, added a ton of key bindings so it works with a controller, because this game, when I heard it was coming to consoles, I was a little surprised. It was definitely set up back in 2006 to run specifically with a keyboard and mouse, we'll say that. And I remember when this game first came out, I actually had to upgrade my video card because I have an NVIDIA FX 5200. I got this game close to the Christmas that year, and I ended up asking for a 6600 GT NVIDIA card. For anyone who's been around the PC game for a long time, you know which cards I'm talking about right now. That let me play this game a little better, which was really cool. But this game has single player, it has multiplayer online, so you can actually team up with someone else and play and everything. And they also have multiplayer locally, and they also have multiplayer split screen. That's right, you and another person can actually play on the same screen if you want, which is pretty cool. I actually tried it out. I even tried it out, the big one was in handheld mode, because I was like, all right, let's see how this thing works. And you're going to see some picture and video and everything here of it. I was a little surprised. It works well, but I noticed that the text is kind of small, which obviously they already split that 6.2 inch screen in half, and then you're going to have text even smaller, which is, even in the first place in handheld mode, it seems to be a lower resolution. It's not native resolution because the text looks kind of hard to read. It's not hard to read, but it's definitely not native resolution, so it compounds that by splitting in half. But if you and a friend are like on a lunch break or something, and you're like, hey, let's level up and run through some more quests and everything, yeah, you can do that. You save your characters, you pick which one you want to play as, and then you go. So it was kind of neat to see that. We're going to jump into single player though, and see what we can do here. I have we'll use this character here. Start single player. I've played through Titan Quest on PC a while ago, and then when they brought it to Steam, I think like 2 years ago, I played it a bit there as well, and I do like the game. I remember when it first came out, I loved the game. I played it so much. So what this game is essentially Diablo, but it's not the Diablo you may know now. It's a bit slower. This is more like Diablo 1 or Diablo 2, but the visuals are obviously a bit better. So you pretty much run around, you have quests you build up your character and everything, it's pretty cool. So the fighting, as you're going to see here, it is like you basically hold down the button and your character will attack, but you also get a ton of skills. You level up and everything. So let me see. We got our character window here. This is where things get a little interesting. I told you guys about how this game is kind of set up to be used with keyboard and mouse, right? Like I said, when I heard about this, I was very impressed that they were able to get this done. So they have key bindings for everything. ZR gets you over here so you can look at your character and everything. I'm level 4. I have 2 points actually available. So let's drop a point into strength, and we'll drop one into health so I can build up my warrior a bit. And you can kind of see all your stuff here. It is heavily RPG-like with this game. There is a lot going on. It's not as much like games now. Like the newer Diablo doesn't I feel like isn't this in depth or anything. You can even see the character window here heavily reminds me of the original Diablo. That's kind of how I envision this game to be, is like that. So we're just running up path here, and oh, okay, there's a lot of guys over there. We're gonna see what we can do with them. I also have a single potion, which I'm already getting hit pretty hard by these guys, so I'm going to heal with that. And hopefully I don't die here. But I got rid of the big guy, so we can start really rolling through these guys real quick. As I'm level 4 now, so we should be able to do damage to them pretty well. Yep, and of course we get loot, tons of loot in this game. So if you're one of those people who really likes going around getting loot, this is your game. There's a lot of armor recovery. See, that sounds pretty. A copper ball mace. Let's check that out too. Yeah, so let's take a look at these. So we get some new weapons and loot and everything. The one thing that's kind of weird is you see how like I guess the description goes over everything. That kind of annoys me at times, as you kind of see there. Like if I target this, it's hard for me to see everything else in the inventory. But I guess it's a little thing to say. So wow, protective brutes armor, I can use it. 10% fire resistance, 20 armor, plus 2 health regeneration per second, 35% health regeneration. Yeah, we're gonna put that on. And it does change the look of your character and everything, so it's pretty awesome in that sense. What's this? Spiked hand axe brawn is what I have equipped. Wow, that one it's slower, but it does more damage. I think I'm gonna leave what I have on right now because it's a little faster, and add some stats and everything to it. And then of course you would kind of take the stuff, sell it, and everything. So I'm kind of just this is in the beginning of the game when when I'm kind of playing through and you're attacking easier mobs, and you don't need to work together as much, whereas later in the game it's pretty awesome. You can get a bunch of people to kind of play together. I believe, I'm trying to think of how many, I do know in the description and the fact sheet they sent over, even if you look on the website, it's up to 6. I feel like, see, I haven't played online with this game much. Even back in the day, I only played with a few people and it was random. I didn't really know a lot of people who had this game, so I didn't play online as much. But I do know there is a full online to this game, which is pretty awesome to do co-op. I love the split screen option, by the way. I think that is awesome to have split screen. Very cool idea for that. So if you have people you would play locally with, there you go. Bracers of energy reinforce. Oh, I gotta get rid of him. I do like how they were able to get this game to a controller. That's the one thing that I was a little worried about. There are a lot of people who are concerned about it running on the Switch, but the fact that it ran all right on, let me see what I get rid of here. Get rid of the torch. The fact that it ran okay on cell phones, I was all right with. I kind of figured it would probably run all right on the Switch. So let's get rid of some stuff so I can pick this thing up. There we go. And we're gonna try to pick up these reinforced braces. See if they're any better than what I have. Yes, they are much better. So again, it's very loot based. You fight bosses, you complete quests, you continue to level up, and then you take those characters online to do bigger bosses and everything. It's a really neat game. And honestly, if you're trying to figure out if this is a game that will hold you for a while, think back to Diablo. Think back before Diablo 3. If you like Diablo 3, you might still like this game, but it's definitely slower. Diablo is much faster now than it used to be. But if you have people you would play with, it's a pretty good game. It runs fine on the Switch. Honestly, I think it's 30 frames per second. I can't tell you the resolution. I wish I could, but it looks fine on my monitor here at a distance, my 4K monitor. So I have to imagine it's 900p, 1080p, something like that. So it's not like blurry or anything. Handheld mode, it definitely, I don't think it's 720p in handheld mode. I think it's lower because it looks a bit blurrier, but it's not like out of control blurry or anything. It's completely playable, and this game actually plays pretty well as a handheld game. So I'm pretty happy with it so far. What do I got here? Like I said, you get stuff and you compare it, you figure out if you can keep it to sell it, and there's a lot of loot stuff going on. It's a lot of looting, which is pretty fun. Nope, we're gonna keep that. And I don't think there is any cross-play in this game, mostly because I didn't see any options for it. Like when I went to search for a game, it didn't ask me. There's like nobody playing this game right now because it's not out yet, so I couldn't really play. But let's jump over to the comparison for the Xbox version so you can see that right now. And we're gonna have them both put up side by side here. The Xbox version that you're seeing here is currently uncapped when it comes to frame rate. I left the 30 frames per second cap off, which is in the options, and I set it to 4K mode. The Switch version next to it doesn't really have a lot of video options or anything in the menu, so I just kind of left it how it was. And you can see it is an older PC game from 2006, so it's only gonna clean up so well. And yeah, it plays fine. Honestly, it plays good on both systems. Looks better on the Xbox. Obviously, it's in 4K and everything. But you can really only clean up the visuals kind of so much You know what I mean? Like, so it runs better on the Xbox One as well, the X, just because it's not locked to 30 frames or anything. So you're going to get a smoother frame rate, but it does seem at times to kind of be all over the place when you have a lot of enemies on screen and things are happening. But it definitely runs a bit smoother there in terms of that. But yeah, honestly, it looks good on either version. The Switch, of course, has the added benefit of being a portable system. So overall, if you're thinking about spending the money on this game, you weren't sure about how it performs on the Switch, you were concerned, don't be. Seems to run fine from what I can see. I haven't had any issues with it in my time with it, and I've been enjoying it. Like I said, I played a lot of Titan Quest back in the day, so if you're trying to figure out if it's worth it for you for content, I can tell you there's plenty of content here. I like the addition of split screen. I think that's great. The online, it's at least there. I haven't been able to test it because nobody's online with it yet. So I feel like it runs fine on the Xbox version. So I feel like it'll probably run fine on the Switch version as well. But I will also jump you guys over to handheld mode now so you can check it out there. And this is, again, Titan Quest on the Switch. In stores, it appears to be $39.99. I'll see if the digital version is just $29.99 when it comes out. It might be. That's on the 31st of July. So if you guys enjoyed this look at Titan Quest, make sure you guys hit the like button. Really helps out. If not, hit the dislike. Leave comments down below about what you think of Titan Quest, if you played it back when it first came out. Or if this is your first shot at it, maybe you like Diablo 3 and you want another kind of isometric, top-down style RPG game like this. It seems like something to be right up your alley then if you enjoyed it. If you like the original Diablo or Diablo 2, you might as well go pick this up because it's gonna grab you for a while. So thanks guys for watching. I'm gonna leave you guys with some handheld footage here so you can see the quality of it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.